Innocence, right? You walk in there, I didn't steal that stuff. I didn't, rip off that person. I didn't kill that. Presumption of innocence, right? Mm-hmm. Even if you're in jail waiting for your trial, you are presumed innocent. Is that weird? It's the truth.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Correct, by a jury of your peers. Sixth Amendment, okay? The next one is the alternative, right? Well, maybe I could switch them, but then everything else changes. So you got to say to yourself, this is BRD, beyond a reason, like he said. He was the union guy. He had the power, and she went right after him, and then she sat back, and all the others went after him. The book talks about it more. Like, come on, Emily, get on board. Be part of the team, and so on. Either she's going to do one of two things. I think she would. She'd probably strong enough to say, go to hell. Whatever, right? I'm not going to do it, even though I don't feel good, right? Or if I said, I can do whatever you want for you if you just come aboard. I can try to entice or bribe you, or whatever. And that's happened in here. So you're introducing error. Error. So sufficient evidence, beyond a reasonable doubt, you might do what? These errors can happen, okay? Reject to fail or failure to reject. So if we behave if the defendant is guilty, did we really prove that he's guilty? There's a difference between behaving or as well as proving. And I did that right here. So in this box right here, it talks about the jury's decision, okay? So that's a classic one of saying, I'm a doctor. I had a picture, and I'm not going to have enough time because I know you want to go over some examples, right? And I go, Nick, it says here that I did your exam and everything, and you're pregnant. You see how funny it is?
Congratulations.
Congratulations. You're pregnant. Okay? I just introduced a type 1 error. Okay? Uh-huh. So there's no way that can happen, but I rejected what? I rejected the not. Mm-hmm. I know it's true, but I rejected it. I don't care. Congratulations. Now pretend that there's someone that's pregnant in the class. No, female. And a woman comes up, a female doctor, a gynecologist, and says, and she's looking down because, the baby, she's in her third trimester, and says, I guess this is all right because you're not pregnant. That is a type 2 error, okay? False positive, false negative. Jury thing. Type 1 error is what? Well, we reach a verdict and we believe a reasonable doubt beyond a reasonable doubt that you did it. I wasn't even there. I wasn't whatever. He goes to jail. The other one is me. I did it. I did the whole thing. I killed people and whatever it was and burned cars and who knows what I've done in my spare time, right, Ms. Ripper?
And that's on video.
Exactly. Whatever. It's all in. Oh, yeah, but it's a state of mind as well, right? Yeah. And that would be, you let the criminal go, which is a type 2 error. No different than what the video was. You see the difference? You see what's going on? But what's that type of error come statistically? Well, you have this little picture right here, okay? You have H of O and H of A, which you guys already know, right? And the type 1 error is on the part tail, right? Type 1. This is all type 2 up here, okay? So type 1 error for ho and ha, so to speak, okay? It goes up a little higher for type 2, okay? That could mean the mean can exist between any one of these things, and we might not know where it is. That means the truth can be in between those things, Ryan. We don't know. But we discredit it. False positive, false negative. This is another thing called about the power of the test. Yes, you can have the critical value in the critical regions. Remember the two-tail test for type 1 error, right? That can exist right here. But the type 2 error is the beta, okay, that they call alpha over 2 is type 1. Beta is this portion right here can be all the error where the mean can exist and so on. Even though that we believe that it can be otherwise, right? There's a difference between probability and certainty, and the law is no different. We come in there with preconceived notions, pretexts, narratives, where you came from, all of that stuff. All of that thing comes over there. And you fill out a questionnaire and everything else, and if I'm an attorney, I don't want Eileen on my attorney, whatever. Let's say I don't want it. So I have a preemptory strike. I know it's not a law class, okay? And I have the right, defendant or prosecutor, to take out the jury, or the juror, whoever it is. And then there's an alternate that comes in. H-O-H-A, so to speak, right? So I know that she's not going to be in my favor, be it the whatever side. So I can strike her out. But I want This person right here, because they're going to go along with whatever the story I tell to get to get the individual either on or off. All right. So false positive, false negative, big deal. Well, how can you reduce it, right? Well, a couple ways you can reduce it. When you reduce one, they're inverted. Okay. If you one goes up, one goes down. I have money, you take money away from me, right? So I have less money, you have more money. Okay. So it's a juggling act between the errors. Okay. So this is a costly one where an innocent man is convicted. Now, I don't know which one's worse, right? Now, the old French saying is what? Better to convict. What is it? Better to let 1,000 men go before you let convict one innocent man. I don't know. I'm more on the math side on that one, guys. Okay? But you don't want all these people that are criminals to be let go, do you? Now, I know there's a lot of them in politics and everything else that are white-collar criminals, but most of the time they're talking mainly about murderers and ones that do bodily harm. So how do you eliminate or decrease a type 1 error? And that's the CI. You increase the confidence interval. Spreads that out so you can find where the possible true mean is compared to and you decrease the sample size. And you get a good old two-tail test right there. Now my favorite, because I have to do this all the time, is it's called the power of the test. The better the power, the better you eliminate beta. You make that beta section right here smaller. Okay? And you do that by using a formula. I only use this portion right here, but some of the things that we can do here qualitatively is increase the alpha. Okay? And notice it's the other way. I should have decreased the alpha on this side. Okay? We increase the alpha, that means the beta is going to also pan out, decrease in size. Or that area is going to decrease. Sample size will also increase. As well as the standard deviation is one of the biggest things that actually affect type 2 error. Now, I could get into this all day about guilt or innocence or false positive, false negative, and so on, but I think you guys probably want me to spend some time, or us to spend some time, working on some of those things, okay? Mr. Rockledge.
What about a false neutral?
And that would be what then?
A type 1.5 error?
I love this joke, okay? Yeah. All right. How about if both of them didn't work? Maybe that's what you really tried to mean, right? How if you did all of this stuff and nothing worked? Remember, you messed up big time, right? Remember, always remember. Please remember this. If you ever see me, remember there's probability and certainty. Don't mask probability for certainty. Okay. In fact, don't do it for like witness statements or affidavits and so on. Right? She says he was there. He said he was not there. He was not there, or whatever it was. Okay. That is a what? Which one's certain? We don't know. We don't know who's lying at all or anything. We have to find more evidence and facts. And facts can be construed as a probable instead of a certainty. But law treats it differently. Okay? Now, okay, that's enough of my spiel here. I used to teach this ethics class and stuff. Yes, ma'am? Oh, no. All right, I've got a headache already. Okay, so I have a picture of this. If you want, I can get that to you and so on. Okay? But I have this thing, if you watch the juror or some... Yes, ma'am?
What is K?
K. K is just some constant, some value. Okay, good question. Okay? Yeah. That's all it is. It doesn't equal that whatever K is there, it's not going to be the same there, right? Exactly. That's why you do a two-tail test. And I've been writing this thing out like left-hand test, left-hand test. I've got two left-hand tests, okay? Then there's a two-tail test. I'm telling you. I'm just like, go ahead and perform this, okay? And I do have one where you have to solve for n. Hint. All right? And we'll do that too. Don't worry. We got time. We got time. Remember, there's only 5 questions I can answer. All right, Ms. Ripper's copying himself. Okay, no questions so far? Yes, sir.
When's the test?
Friday.
Friday.
And then you get the extra Monday. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Finish it. So
You don't finish it?
tomorrow we're gonna go over, I assume, kind of what's all
Yeah, I'm going to give you like an anatomy, an A and P of it, okay? All right? So you want to be here Thursday. Guys, if you're ever, when you go to college, all of you, okay? Or any type of education above, free education, okay? Because you're paying for it in some way, right? If they have a review, never miss it. I don't care unless you are in the hospital or whatever it is. If you're deadly sick, do not miss it. You're going to be like, I remember saying. You're going to be taking OChem and so on. And you're going to say, remember we talked about OChem, right?
I almost made the mistake.
Don't miss it. Okay? I mean, I went to some of these 600 level chemistry classes, and I couldn't tell you, save my rear end. About this one right here, okay? would you like to guys work on this solo for like 5 minutes? And then, yeah? You want to try it? And then I'll go over it, okay? This is the one, I won't lie to you, you're going to see this in 48 hours. It's like in Independence Day, the first one. The clock is ticking. Why don't they listen to Jeff Goldblum? Why, Michael, don't they listen to Jeff Goldblum? They never listened to him. They didn't listen to him in Jurassic Park. Look what happened.